So, Bridge.
Yeah.
Guess where I was?
I want to hear all about Comic-Con. The live updates, the text updates, the selfies, the pictures.
I got you a gift.
Like, the gift.
It's a surprise.
It sounded like the thrill of a lifetime.
I honestly feel like with the gift, I'm going to have to, it doesn't need to be a video, but maybe just even the audio, and somehow I'll edit it into an episode of your reaction to it, because I think you're going to really like it, and maybe be like, or you won't, and no pressure, but...
I save it for the holidays. I'm ready.
It's the best. Yes, wow. Listeners, I went to Comic-Con. If you are not a follower on our Instagram, first of all, follow us. Thank you. Second of all, I did guerrilla style marketing and left billions of business cards all over the Javits Center. And New York, and I think one in the bathroom of Penn Station somewhere.
Wow.
I don't know.
Sounds gross.
It was just the best. I'm one of those people that when I go to a museum, like, I go around slowly and I, like, look and read things. Not that this is like a museum, but there's a lot of, like, booths and things to, like, look at.
Okay.
So... I walked around slowly, and then Mary was like, let's fucking pick it up, girl. And I was like, oh God, sorry, Sister Mary. Okay. So it was a lot of walking, and I did meet the one and only Loki, a.k.a. Tom Hiddleston.
Did you guys dance together?
Okay, so actually the experience of meeting was a little stressful because it was kind of like a cattle call of people. So they were like, all right, step up in line. And you were like, okay. And then they were like, put your bags on this table. And I was like, ah. And then they were like, get in here, hurry. And I was like, oh God. And it was literally like, once that person has their picture taken, you like get the fuck in there and like get in there. And I was like, okay, I'm sweating.
Oh, so it's like a ride vibe. Like you have like you don't want to be like the line holder up.
They like
anxiety.
Weren't allowing it. Like these workers were like, get a fucking move on. And I was like, Jesus. But I got to, he put his arm around me. I put my arm around him. Mary was there too, but like, anyway,
whatever.
It was us. And
are you going to post that picture? Because it's a fabulous picture. Or you don't have to. You could blur out your face.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll think about that. He's attractive, man.
Oh my God. I was like, wowie.
Yeah.
Obviously you're more beautiful, but
wow.
Questions.
Yeah.
Did you check our email? Because we got a Comic-Con person that found our business card.
Yeah, except they were kind of like, hey, did you leave this somewhere? And I was like, yeah, I did. It's for you.
But I feel like the guerrilla marketing worked.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I'm going to bless this person's name if you're a listener, Sean.
Sean,
you reached out. You found the business card. Obviously, you're going to download every episode.
Sean was like, did we meet? And part of me wants to be like, only if you were drinking wine with me at the Good Burger 2 panel, because I also did that. That's right, everyone. I drank wine because they were selling it. And I literally went up to the booth and I was like, oh my God, you guys are selling wine? And the two women were like, yeah, we are. And I was like, absolutely give me one of those bad boys. And I got to see Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell.
Oh, that's cool.
They look the same. I love them.
God, Kenan Thompson is like, he deserves to retire now. I mean, how much
work
has he put in and entertaining us for as long as he has? It's incredible.
Yeah. He was like just on doing SNL the night before, and then he rolls up to this, and he like kept his sunglasses on the whole time, and I was like, you think he's hungover?
Hungover? He's probably so freaking tired.
Or tired because he's a professional. Yeah.
It
was great.
The energy was great. Your outfits were great. What was our sister Mary dressed as?
She was an anime character from an anime called Chainsaw Man. It's exactly what it sounds like.
Okay.
And there were lots of people dressed like that, and then I'd be like, no, there it is. It's like, okay. She's like, please relax. I was like, okay.
It just seems like a good time.
Would you
recommend people go to this if they have the chance? Wow.
I recommend you go to it. It's just so fun. There's so many things to do. And it's just like, it's cool to see people's costumes. Like some people get like really intense. One person was like a transformer where they like transform into a little car and then they transform into a It's crazy.
It's impeccable timing to have Comic-Con right before Halloween, because those people can just repurpose those Halloween costumes.
For sure. So, listeners, if you be there next year, I'm trying to go again. So let's all go. Go too.
Yeah, send us an email. We'll go together.
Whee!
Sisters who've seen it. We are the sisters who've seen it. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters. Sisters who've seen it.
Hello
there. I really wanted to say hi first, and I choked.
Sorry.
Hi.
Hey. Yeah. Hi, listeners. Welcome back. Welcome.
What's going on? What's new?
What's up? We're gonna dive right into the pool of the spoops and the giggles, because I laughed so much during this one.
What an underrated classic.
Oh, my
why
God.
don't more people talk about it? I know it's so old.
Oh,
who are we? What's the movie? What are we doing today?
Wow. Let's go through the woods. Listeners, so we are the Sisters Who've Seen It, the podcast where two sisters who are not movie critics look back on some of our favorites throughout the years through a psychological, ethical, and familial lens. I'm Katie.
I'm Bridget.
And put the candle back!
Don't touch the candle.
It's okay. What's the movie?
The movie is from 1974.
Oh my God.
Young Frankenstein.
Just amazing.
Not Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
It is in black and white. It is Mel Brooks being Mel Brooks. It is a culmination, an ode to the original Frankenstein, Frankenstein's Bride.
Yeah.
Probably some other stuff. I read that they used the same Frankenstein set.
What?
Like electrocuting kind of levers and the table. That was the same from the original Frankenstein movie.
And they pretended to have sex on it? At what point? Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
He is pretty sassy.
Wow.
It is, I don't know, I remembered it, but I also didn't remember it when I rewatched it.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
I think so.
Ugh. All right.
Unless you want me to, and then I'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll offer. Okay.
Wow.
That was quick.
I'll take it. Take it like a business card at Penn Station.
Woo! Left them all over. Pick one up. Okay. All right. Yes, Young Frankenstein. Well, Bridge, we start off, okay, instead of starting off, let me talk about...
It's a long one if you're going to go that way.
No, we're not doing that. We're out. Change my mind. Okay, so we have, our main character is it Vic? Oh, Jesus, I don't even know the first name. Mr. Frankenstein. Frederick Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. It's pronounced Frankenstein.
So when we meet him, and by the way, he's played by Gene Wilder, #iconic. I do feel like this character and Willy Wonka are like kind of the same person in a weird universe.
Timeline.
I think
Donnie Darko timeline.
Yeah,
it's the same person.
This is some wormhole shit.
Absolutely.
So he is like a scientist, some medical. He's a doctor. And when we meet him, he's teaching at a college, and he's like, I don't want to be associated with my grandpa. He was a crazy dude trying to regenerate life, and that's crazy, and that's not me. And then literally 10 seconds later, someone's like, hey, you inherited grandpa's castle. And then he's like, excellent, off I go to live there. It's like, what even? So he goes, it's in Transylvania.
Katie.
And
where on a map?
Oh, no.
I'll give you $1 million if you get the country right. What is it?
It's is it in Europe? Or the Slavias?
I was going
Yugoslavia?
I Google mapped it. I know it's like, fictitious in a way, but also it's real, but also whatever. And I was gonna just not give you any prompt, just text it to you. And I thought, Bridget, Take it back. Take it back.
Take it back.
Romania.
Oh, that makes sense.
Which is why he was able to go from a train in New York City just quickly to Romania.
Yes, exactly.
That can't happen either. So keep going.
Just makes sense, all of it. Okay, so he gets to Transylvania, and right away we meet his new best friend, who is named Igor. It's pronounced Igor, actually. That's what he says, and I thought that was funny.
Maybe describe what Igor looks like?
Igor, okay. How do I do it without being a dick?
I think a double lazy eye.
Yeah.
Is appropriate, right?
And also he has a imaginary, but it's not imaginary, but sometimes it is hump that switches sides. Like a magic trick. He's like a magician. And I have no idea, but it cracked me up. It was so funny. So he's like, my grandpa was your grandpa's servant. So now I'm your servant. I've been waiting my whole life for this moment. So that's cute. Now they're friends. And then we also meet Inga. Inga is just some girl from the town, and she's going to be his assistant. And her boobs are out all the time.
All the time.
All the time, because that's the joke. And that's, fine, I guess. And then we have Cloris Leachman is Frau Bucher. Crash. That's where I edited in those sounds. She is like the castle, I don't know, I guess she's like the maid at the castle, the caretaker, and she's older, and she's like, I knew your grandpa. He's great. And then Gene Wilder was like, what? And she's like, nothing. And that's the team. And so pretty quickly, Dr. Frankenstein is like, even though I said my grandpa was crazy, now I'm gonna do exactly what he did right now, because I found all his shit. Let's go team. And then really the movie, I'm pretty sure mirrors exactly like the Frankenstein story. Is they steal body parts and dead body and brains, and they put them together and they electrocute him and turn him into a monster, and he's crazy, and it's, that's that. And then Gene Wilder is like, I gotta protect my creation, and like, I love him, and the world will know. And then they do a tap dance. And in the end, I don't think anyone dies, which is miraculous considering the circumstances. And I don't know, everyone kind of ends up happy and like in love, and it's kind of great. It's truly, pretty awesome.
It's truly beautiful. And
it
that
really
was
is
a fantastic synopsis.
Thank you so much.
So much. Here's the thing. People need to know it's black and white.
Yeah.
People need to know I harp on it. Felt long.
It was like an hour, 40 something?
Felt close to 2 hours.
Yeah.
They do pack a lot of storylines that aren't storylines in here for bits, I'd say.
Yep.
Gene Wilder makes the movie.
He's amazing.
He's incredible. And I really, really felt like Willy Wonka was coming out of his pores, because he'd go from talking like this to this!
Yep.
Out of nowhere, the energy.
Igor is kind of like an Oompa Loompa.
Oh, God.
They've got the same vibe.
But there's something about Gene Wilder's presence that he has a very quiet comedy. Mm-hmm. He's very much the response is like, oh, yeah, that is an interesting point. It's rare today, right? Like, the timing for comedians are loud or like obvious, and I don't know. It was, 1974. You're like, it matched the times, a little more subdued, even though it was kind of wild comedy at the time.
Yeah, which is so funny because I'm like, I don't know. There's no racism. There's no homophobia. I mean, that stuff's not included. Like, those populations aren't included at all. I did feel like we were leaning a little into making fun of individuals with disability. A little, but like, it wasn't like I came out feeling sad.
I wasn't sad, but the part where like
the blind guy.
Well, no, Madeline Kahn and Frankenstein have sex and she doesn't want it felt rapey.
Yeah, didn't love that. That definitely was rapey. And then very quickly it was like, guys, it's cool. She had an orgasm. And I was like, I mean, that is cool, but it wasn't cool.
She had 7 orgasms.
The cool line matters. Okay? Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Well,
Let's do it.
Let's dive in. So we really start off, which thank God I didn't do this route. You see a coffin and it's Baron von Frankenstein, and it's a dead grandpa, I suppose, and he's holding some chest, something, and then some guy just reaches in to get it, and the skeleton won't let go. And was it Party City?
How long ago did his grandpa die?
I don't fucking know.
It's got to be at least 100 years. How old was his grandpa?
I don't know, but the legalities, there's a lot of problems, right? Like, where were the lawyers? I don't know.
The stipulation of the statute of limitations.
Statute of limitation.
Here's the thing. Vampire music vibes.
Love it.
Have Celtic letters.
Oh my God.
This is the age of before a movie, every single person in the entire movie is listed, and it takes about 10 minutes to get through.
That's where Bridget takes the nap, everyone. That's where you do the prep. You rest the eyeballs, because they're going to be open.
You got to get ready.
You need to prepare.
I think my direct line was, okay, after everybody and their mother was named, we start the movie.
Yeah, and we get to Dr. Franken-Schtein.
Frankenstein.
Okay. Oh, gee. I'm not even doing that on purpose. I swear to God. I really just keep saying it wrong. I'm so sorry.
He teaches at a famous New York City school. Let's assume it's like Columbia or something.
Yeah.
Famous, to all these medical students, and he's just very well respected and serious and seems fairly normal up until the point that I think he brings out that like patient to do a demonstration.
Oh my God.
He talked about
the reflexes.
Nervous system.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, because of our father who has neuropathy, I was listening to like the medical piece and I'm like, you're right. Once a nerve is dead, a nerve cannot regenerate itself.
Bridget's taking notes. Like, I'm ready for the test.
I was like, they didn't like make up the medical piece.
No.
And then the guy came out and he made up this fictitious device that like stopped voluntary, like, and then it just became silly. And he was frazzled by this one student that kept asking about, what about your father, Dr. Frankenstein? And he's like, he was a crazy person.
I felt like I was at a QAnon conspiracy theorist rally or something, because I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, who let him in? Am I right? God.
He would not give up. He just kept wanting to know the gossip. Did your grandfather
What's
make
the tea?
somebody come back from the dead? We're taking this class for that. We're not taking this class to learn about your stupid demonstration.
Like, I'm not taking the class for credit, okay? I'm just here for the ride.
He doesn't even go here.
The first really big laugh I have, though, is when Dr. Franken-Schtein accidentally stabs himself in the leg.
Oh my God.
He's so mad. And then he tries to, like, cross his legs so nobody notices. I love it. That was, like, it was, like, subtle comedy.
So funny.
It wasn't like he screamed and it was, like, a cartoon. Like, he just was like, la, 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 don't look at my leg. It's amazing.
I had the same reaction. Finally, the class leaves, and we get this Transylvanian attorney. I don't know.
Sir,
the
what are you doing?
Actuary, whoever, comes up and says, I have your grandfather's will. Here, like, is everything. And he just gets going. It's like, cool, I got a castle in Transylvania. I guess I should go check it out. We don't question anything. We just get on a train.
But Bridge, before we get on a train, we see one of the best characters in the world.
Madeline Kahn.
Madeline Kahn, you son of a bitch. Thank God you're here. This whole bit, so the whole bit is they're engaged and he keeps trying to kiss her and she's like, don't touch me. But it's because of the makeup, darling. And she just is rejecting him every step of the way. I support it all the time. It literally, Bridge, reminded me of the cacao skit from Portlandia where they were like, what's the safe word? And then every time the boyfriend would like go near her, she'd be like, cacao. Like, get away, cacao. It's like, this inspired the cacao skit. I am convinced. It's amazing.
It was so amazing, too, because they liked each other. You didn't get the sense that she was not interested. And that made every comedy bit just a little bit smarter. Just a little tinge of smartness.
Yeah.
I thought we would actually see her more in the film, but she's gone for like 60% of the film. She only, basically, she comes back, is like, hi, darling, I missed you, and then just starts hooking up with Frankenstein.
Yep, sure does. Immediately.
Wow.
Yeah, so we take the train, which isn't geographically possible to get to Romania / Transylvania. Yep, it's totally not.
I also read from like a film cinematography perspective that was actually cutting edge, the way that they filmed the train to make it look like it was moving at the pace it was moving.
That's interesting. Oh. Wow, that was spooky. I hated that.
Listeners, all the lights just went off in my house as if I'm on the train. Am I heading to Transylvania?
Romania! It's on a map somewhere. Look for it.
That was creepy. But I read that was part of, I always read Roger Ebert's take on things.
Yes.
And he highlighted the fact that what made this work so well is they did an incredible job on the actual set, the filming, the angles.
Yes.
Sometimes with comedies, I don't think that they hype up they don't invest in the rest of it. They just invest in the jokes and the physical comedy. This was the opposite. It's a beautiful movie. If you turned off the sound or you didn't even watch the closed captions, it's stunning the way it's filmed.
It's really good cinematography. It's so true. There were a lot of different like camera angles and like slower shots and even sound. Like it wasn't like some parts were like quiet and then like the music and the atmosphere and
this was, I think, Mel Brooks's most successful movie.
Wow, really?
And if you look up the ratings, so high.
Yeah, it is high.
So he gets there. It's so creepy. And we meet Igor, but call me Igor. And Igor says that after he goes, hello, Dr. Frankenstein. He goes, it's actually Frankenstein. And he goes, I heard your name is Igor. He goes, it's Igor.
I love the sass. I was like, I support it. Support it 100% of the time. It's great.
Igor at first I thought was there for us to laugh at. And what made it genius is he brought in the audience for us to laugh at Gene Wilder.
Yep.
He would try to steal his girl. He wouldn't do the assistant work. He would tell him he's a dumb scientist. He would make fun of like his reactions for, being dramatic.
He would do a lot of like, I'm looking at the camera, I'm breaking the fourth wall. Right, audience?
He was
yes!
Jim Halpert from The Office in this film.
Oh shit. He was.
And he goes, get in my like weird coach with this hay in the back.
Cart of hay. It's all normal.
And then he throws the suitcase, and Inga is like, "Oh, ouch!"
Inga.
And he was like, "So sorry." And she's like, "Would you like to roll in the hay with me?"
Oh my god.
Wow.
Inga.
I thought I'd be mad at how much they sexualized her, but her acting was so good that she added humor to it.
Well, and again, it wasn't like there were zoom in shots of her boobs that I feel like in a today spoofy comedy they would do. It was instead like, we're gonna joke about it in like, an entendre way, but it's not like sexual harassment-y.
Isn't it crazy in 1974, like she had like big boobs?
Yeah.
That is like
she just had like
today.
A good bra on and a low cut shirt.
She basically
we can all live our life like that if we want, you guys.
Pretty sure she was an A, possibly B cup. And they're like, look at those knockers. I was like,
damn.
Today would have blown you away, Gene Wilder. We see the castle and we meet, say the name, Kate.
Frau Brücker. No! So funny.
What was the point of that? Is that like supposed to tell us we're afraid of her?
I don't care actually, because I love a random like nonsensical running joke. I am such a fucking fan of that shit.
Aquarius of you. I said it, I'll say it again. Random makes sense.
It's just the best. And Frau is like, hey there, kids, come on in the castle. Let me set you up in your rooms. And then she's like, there's this huge painting of Grandpa Frankenstein. It's Gene Wilder. It's just a painting of Gene Wilder.
It's exactly him.
And I was like, that'd be creepy. I would not want to sleep in a room with that looking at me. But she keeps being like, so, good night. Do you want anything? Want me to get you anything? And he's like, get the fuck out. And then she like makes out with the painting before she leaves. And I was like, damn, girl, that's a lot.
When you first meet her character, you're like, oh, are you gonna be like against us? Like what's happening here?
Evil. Oh.
You learn later that she just wanted him to keep pursuing the grandfather's, I don't know, science experiments, whatever. But when we really think about the grandfather being like a skeleton, like what did he date her when she was like 2? You know,
he was my boyfriend.
I don't know about that. That felt wrong.
Oh.
But he goes to bed, and I love... This is what's cool about period pieces, is the big canopy in the bed.
Bridge, you had a bed like that.
Did! But I mean, so when you imagine it, listeners, imagine it in like a suburban average house fitting into a room with like frilly pink.
A lot of pink.
Canopy. And I am not pink. I wear black a lot. And I feel like this was more heavy and Dracula.
Yeah, very gothic.
Gothic. And you see him have a nightmare, and you see him kind of like wake up, and Inga's like, Dr. Frankenstein, what's happening? And little do we know, there's some music going on in the secret, private experiment room.
Yeah, and this is where we put the candle back, because we got some Addams Family bookcase secret passage bullshit going on here. Okay.
Our father would tell us to put the candle back 4,000
when there were no candles.
No
by
candles.
The way.
He'd yell it.
He would also say the werewolf, their wolf a lot. And I'm like, that one's not as funny, but he did quote that a lot.
I mean, one of his favorite movies is Lake Placid. What are you going to do?
Well, there we are, yes. So they discover this secret bookcase, and then they finally get it to stop spinning around like crazy. And
it is so funny because it goes so fast.
Funny. It reminds me, like, the editing, because they definitely, like, speed up the footage when the bookcase spins, and it reminded me of, like, the Little Rascals old TV shows where they would be like, the kids are gonna run, and they would clearly put the kids on fast forward motion, and it was, like, so ridiculous. I love it.
I love, too, that they couldn't figure out. He's like, okay, lift it up, and then down, and then just wait, and then he, like, gets squished, and he's like, don't touch it, wait, figure it, and you think these things will be cheesy. Like, I knew they were coming. It just still was so funny.
It was so funny.
They go down, and he finds, he finds the book that says, here's how I did it.
That's fucking amazing.
Kate?
I want to buy that as a Halloween decoration and just leave it on a coffee table and never explain it to anyone. It's amazing.
If you create some sort of monster from the dead, and I do as well with our witchy powers, you better write a book that I find that says how I did it.
How I did it. Yep, that's
done.
Me. It's amazing.
I would write it with you. It'd be incredible. It's so funny, though, that the first 20-ish minutes of the movie, you're thinking, well, he doesn't like his past. He doesn't want to be named Frankenstein. He's just showing up because he's got a castle and a will, and what's he gonna do? And once he finds the book, he's like,
wow.
This is it! I mean, I swear to God, he's gotta be like, I don't know, something flipped in his brain.
Yeah.
And he was like, now I'm all in. I will be Frankenstein. I will bring people from the dead. I am going to discredit all the things I've said in class. I hope it wasn't recorded.
He's like, I hope that QAnon kid supports my GoFundMe later, because I will start one.
I would have loved if that student showed up to the castle and was like, I've been ready for this moment.
He's like, what do you need? I got you, bro. There's also, like, they hear, like, this violin music, which is what draws them down there. They don't see who's playing the violin. They're just like, oh, someone was down here, and it's a little mystery. But we kind of don't care about that, because we immediately get to him reading more about the book, and he reads about how to make a monster, you need a dead body, and you need, like, a big person. Someone who's got, like, a big body. And then he was like, but I'm gonna get a smart brain, because that's what was the problem. We need a smart person's brain.
Oh my God.
So they grave rob in the rain, and that's kind of a funny bit, because a police officer, which, again, I was like, you know, I know it's a comedy skit, but boy, could I see some people really being like, that's nice that you shook my hand and gave me a salute. Like, I don't know. I could see it happening.
I think, so here's what was confusing, Kate. We're in Transylvania, but there's a lot of, like, German accent, kind of Nazi vibes going on.
Oh, the one officer, yeah. I didn't get that.
I didn't get that either, and I didn't like it, as well as the whole, like, fake arm that we have to move, and I think the dead body was preparing us for that.
Oh, you know? It was like a foreshadowing of the arm jokes that were to come later.
Yes, like you know how you always say that Quentin Tarantino's got, like, a feet fetish?
He does have a feet
Maybe
fetish.
Mel Brooks has, like, a dead arm fetish.
Oh, let me think about other movies. Maybe.
Something.
We'll
As you would say, write a Reddit thread.
Write a Reddit thread about it, guys.
But he gets away because he's, I don't know, a white man
who's white, yeah.
And then he goes back with the dead body, and he's like, all I gotta do is just a quickie brain surgery. Igor, go get the smart brain.
Wait, so did you see where he goes, Bridge?
No, where does he go?
Okay, well, actually, I don't know the name of where he goes, but it's some place that, like, I guess has brains, but on the door of it, it said, if here after 5 p.m., slip brain through slot. And it was like a mail slot. And I was like, that's fucking amazing. I love that. I love those little details. Oh my God.
And then it's just funny too, because he gets the right brain. Igor is not trying to be a jerk. But he drops it.
It explodes.
He drops it and he's like, oops. I'll just take this one. And in bold letters, it says abnormal.
Abby Normal. That's who it was. So good.
Honestly, that's something our father would say in real life.
I know.
It's just
so stupid.
You'd be like, Dad, did you do the thing? And he'd be like, yeah, I did the thing, Dad.
Abby Normal.
But they quickly does the fastest brain surgery in the most cobwebby, dusty place ever. And the actor who plays actual Frankenstein.
Oh my God, I know he's Peter Boyle, who's a famous actor.
Yes. I'm like,
he was on the X-Files.
And
one really good episode.
I think a lot of people know him now, in like an older sense, and don't
Everybody Loves Raymond.
Was that what he was in? Yeah. Yes, and the makeup and how young he is and the way they did his, like, skull.
Oh, so weird.
It was a pretty, like, this is what, they didn't skimp on makeup and believability. It was a pretty good Frankenstein. It wasn't cheesy. And so the way that, honestly, they try to, like, bring him to life reminded me of, like, Benjamin Franklin's Key and, like,
with
lightning.
The fucking kite.
I'm like, what is happening? He has this cool kind of, like, table that goes all the way up to the rooftop of the castle, and he just electrocutes him, and I didn't understand what's happening, but it seemed fun. Like so a ride. Remember how we always talk about how this could be a ride? That would be a cool ride. You dress up in the surgeon costume and you bring Frankenstein alive.
You electrocute a man, yeah.
I'd have a good time there. But he comes down and he thinks he didn't do it. And he gets really sad.
Yeah, and he's upset and he goes, we have to deal with this with quiet grace and dignity. And he's like, you son of a bitch! And that's when Igor's like, quiet grace and dignity, huh? It's like, oh, you guys are so funny.
They're really funny. And then they kind of just go about their night being sad until they hear something.
Grunting, groaning. He goes, you made a yummy sound, because he hears, oh. And so then they're all like, whoa, let's get down there. And they go down there, and he's alive, and he can't speak, and he's still strapped down. So then pretty quickly, the doctor's like, let's get him out of here. And I'm just going to start giving him commands and go team.
Well, and he's like, we're dealing with a super smart brain.
Well, yeah.
Abby Normal.
Abby Normal, the brain.
He's ready for it. And he quickly learns that, and I'll be honest, for an abnormal brain, pretty put together.
Could have been worse.
He does a freaking Broadway tap dance on stage. I couldn't do that, and I would hope my brain isn't abnormal.
Yeah, the brain is plastic. It can change and learn.
Thank you. You were a little
true.
Quiet. I got nervous there.
Sorry.
But, okay. Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
He then quickly shows something's off, and they're like, oh shit, because he tries to attack Gene Wilder.
Oh my god.
Gene Wilder is telling them to get the sedative.
Plays charades.
He plays charades.
It's amazing.
It's so subtle when they add the over-the-top comedy that it's perfect. It's just sprinkled enough you're not annoyed by it.
It just is like amazing, and they do the charades bit like twice, and I loved it both times, and I was like, you can keep doing it, guys. Like, I approve.
I'll say it once and I'll say it again. Do you remember our father doing charades in our neighborhood?
Row your boat.
Everyone was told to not get the answer right. And he couldn't believe no one knew row your boat. And it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. He was so mad. And if any of you can do that to someone in your life, I highly recommend it.
That's a charade memory that I only really remember from you telling me, but my other charade memory for our family is when our cousin Ryan did the truffle shuffle and just kept doing it, and that was his clue that it was the Goonies and nobody got it. So he just truffle shuffled for like 2 minutes.
He wasn't fat enough.
Literally,
no.
Like,
what was this skinny kid doing?
It was so funny.
Oh, and we can say that because we know our
he does
Ryan
not listen.
listen.
Yes, we remember.
We see your location.
Maybe
That's
he'll
not
find
fair.
a card I left in New York. Well, okay, so the police come because they're like, I don't know, Dr. Frankenstein, like the town's getting nervous about all this science stuff that you do. And I was like, ew, is this present day? I hate it. But he gets him out of there, and then it seems like everyone's all good and go team. And then Frau Brewer, nay, lightning strike, goes down there and she sees the monster tied up and she's like, oh my god, I gotta free you, bitch. I'm gonna let you go. Here you go. I love you. And then he just like runs rampant.
He runs rampant, and I kind of was like, I don't understand why she's letting him go, but whatever. Like, I thought her motivation was, I just want him to keep doing science, and he did. Hee. But I don't know. Then the monster's out and about in the town, and wow,
yeah.
he has a. That's basically the montage of the movie, is him visiting different people and all these like weird interactions, and somehow everybody's okay.
Yeah. He does not kill a little kid, because I'm pretty sure in the original story he kills a little girl, like drowns her.
Oh.
And we see a little girl, and instead he just tosses her and she flies in a window and safely lands on the bed.
Well, he doesn't toss her. She wants him to do the seesaw with him.
And
he's like, and he sits and she flies like she's part of the Miss Trunchbull tossing the little pigtail girl.
Miss Trunchbull. Wow.
Yeah.
I want her and Frankenstein to be friends.
They would be besties. Imagine the powerlifting.
My God, the Olympics wouldn't have a chance. So yeah, and then there is the whole skit with the blind priest named Harold, and I did laugh a little, but I was like, it's bordering. I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, moving on.
Yeah.
When does he meet Madeline Kahn? When does this happen?
So they catch the monster.
Okay, that's right.
Literally with just a net. That's all you need. Don't worry. And then they bring him back, and this is where, okay, Bridge, this was literally like, if somebody could make this part of the movie into like a meme or a TikTok and put a caption, the part where he has the monster locked in a room and he turns to all the other people and he goes, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna get to him. I'm gonna get him.
Yes.
And whatever you hear, don't let me out. All right. Even if I scream, don't open that door. Just keep me in there. And I was like, this is me sometimes at my job, guys, with the children.
Oh no.
Because if I have a little child having a freak out, I'm the one that's got to go in there and be like, don't open the door, everyone. Block the door, no matter what I say or scream. And anyway, someone make that a meme, please, because it's very applicable.
Incredible.
And he goes in there and immediately starts screaming, and they don't let him out. And his motive, though, is to then be like, you're such a good monster. And he kind of talks to him like a little puppy boy.
But he is. He is a good little monster.
Puppy,
For the most part, Frankenstein Frankenstein was lovely.
Yeah.
Except when fire came into the mix.
It's true.
Then that was his trigger, was fire.
He didn't like that. Yeah.
After this, isn't this when he goes on stage and is like, hello, my baby, hello, my honey?
Pretty immediately. And I was like, damn.
How did they practice? The outfits, the
Please.
tapping, the
Where's
showmanship.
Joan Rivers? Come on.
The fact that, I mean, talk about whiplash. I hate my family's history. To look at the monster I made, the entire medical community, and by the way, your 75th Oscars performance!
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Yep. It was a time. And I still laughed.
It was perfect.
Just so fucking random.
So controlled in their humor until then one of the stage lights breaks. Frankenstein freaks out. The rest of the crowd is now afraid. All hell breaks loose. He's on the run. The mob starts. The weird police guy is chasing. This is the part of the movie I was like, all right, let's like get to the point. You know, like, can we just like get the show on the road?
So this is where Madeline Kahn shows back up.
God.
And right before that, the doctor and Inga bone on the operating table.
I kind of hated it.
There's a more comfy bed, you guys. Why there?
I also was like, why? Why do you, just because you're the only two people, you have to have sex?
They do.
It's like, it didn't annoy me. It was funny the way they presented it, but it was kind of annoying how obvious it was.
Yeah. And Madeline Kahn's like, hey, I'm here and I'm your fiance. And he's like, oh shit, hey girl. And then they do get Frankenstein back, or he's already back, or something. I don't know, but all I wrote is Madeline Kahn was dressed like Miss Piggy. Woo. And I supported it wholeheartedly.
Igor was really flirting with Madeline Kahn.
Feeling himself. He was feeling the outfits. He was feeling the vibes. Feeling it all.
He was like, there's two women, there's two us, Gene Wilder, let's do this.
I can do math. We're doing it. Let's do it.
Igor.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of turned into a hornball. That hump said something to him. My humps.
A lovely lady lumps. Yes, but in here is where the Frankenstein monster does do a kidnapping, and I do think does do some rape.
It's very rapey.
And I like it.
It's funny because Madeline Kahn's like, oh no, don't touch me. And then very quickly she's like, wow, 8 times was amazing. Where are you going?
And she goes, 7's always been my lucky number. I was like, girl! Damn.
Well, and earlier they do the foreshadowing, like, if he's a big man, he's gonna have a big,
there is a lot of big penis chat.
Franken-Schtein or whatever it's called. I'm like, okay, we got it. He's gonna have a big penis. But they fall in love then? Madeline Kahn and Frankenstein, and she then has, like, white streaks in her hair, becomes Bride of Frankenstein? Is that what happens?
Yeah. Okay. That is what happens.
We just go with it. We don't question it.
We do. And, then Gene Wilder at the end is like, what have I done? I'm going to have to do some different science thing, and we're going to switch brains. Or it's not switching brain. I don't know what the fuck the science is, but it's like, we're going to connect our brains and bloody-bleedy-bloop. And then the townspeople bust in, interrupt the experiment, and they're like, we're going to kill the monster. And then now the monster can, like, speak, and is like, hey guys, I'm actually cool. And they're all like, oh, we're cool too then. Anyway, bye. And you're like, what?
It ties the movie in a bow of like, so we just needed to make one monster, and then as long as that monster's cool, we're cool, and like, is that it? Are we done?
Cool,
we live in a castle now with Inga?
Yeah,
and
they
Igor?
do.
And I guess that's That's it.
And then, did Gene Wilder steal the monster's penis?
I don't get it.
What was the science for that?
I'm confused. Because he was like, this isn't fair. They're gonna kill my creation.
Yeah.
So we'll switch brains via this weird noodly... they literally looked like what I used to clean my turtle tank with.
Turtles!
And somehow we'll switch brain waves, and he'll get my brain, and I'll get his brain, and so then his body does it, like, come to life until late. Were they like half brain sharing? I didn't understand it.
I'm not sure, but I do want to just set the record straight, listeners. This is an X-rated record straight moment.
Okay.
Big penis does not equal automatic orgasm.
It really doesn't.
Let's break the stigma now, okay? It's just, come on.
Come on.
There's still work that's got to be done.
Emotion of the ocean. Everyone's got a different perspective. I'm not going to say it hurts, Kate, okay? I'm not going to say... Well, it could actually
might.
Hurt. It does physically hurt. But I also don't think it's the only thing. But in 1974, if that's the joke they picked, not bad.
It's not bad.
Way worse.
It's not a bad joke. It's fine. I didn't have to see it, so that's cool. Well, Bridge.
All right.
What do you think? Would you watch or don't watch?
I would absolutely watch more than once, multiple times when it's on. I pick it randomly. Wow. It's on HBO Max.
Yes.
What are you doing? A spooky season? Just get after it.
It really is good for spooky season.
It's a great movie.
And it is very funny.
It's very funny. I don't even think we did the joke all the jokes justice, because you just have to see it. You have to kind of take it all in.
Yeah. Well, Bridge, I have our next pick.
I have no idea where this is going.
And I still can't log onto our email.
Kate!
What's wrong with my brain? Did I switch it with Frankenstein and get his penis? Because I don't want that.
Oh.
Anyway, so I'm just going to do this from memory. But this, Bridget, hold your breath. Grab onto your hats. I'm doing a listener pick. I know.
It's about time.
I fucking know. So we're out of spoopy season, and it's November, and we were just, where were we? We were in the 70s, and then we were somewhere. We're going to the 90s, Bridge.
Love it.
This is from 1996. This is rated PG-13.
Oh.
It is classified as an action-adventure thriller, which I agree with, I think.
Okay.
We have done movies with a couple, or at least one, of these actors.
We've done hundreds of movies. This doesn't help.
Okay, well... We've definitely watched this movie as a family, or at least in the car traveling. And this listener pick was by one of my best good friends, Miss Julie.
I know what it is.
Julie gave a really good recommendation. I'm trying to do the Philly accent because she's from Philly and I don't know. And they say Wooder and Drur and Reese's Pieces. I love you, Julie. I can't read you what Julie said because I can't get the email up, but Julie, I'll swear I'll do it in the next episode. This is Bill and Joe Harding, advanced storm chasers on the brink of divorce, must join together to create an advanced weather alert system by putting themselves in the crosshair of an extremely I gotta read more. Violent tornado! This is Twister! As Bridget twists her head back and forth and gets a neck cramp.
Woo! I think we got cows.
Oh, we got cows. Oh my God.
We got cows.
Wait, did I send you that video, which was not from Comic-Con, but I wish someone did this at Comic-Con, of people cosplaying as the Twister and as Joe and as Bill from the movie, and someone was a cow. And they just kept spinning around the fake Twister.
That's amazing.
I'm going to send it.
Their creativity.
It was amazing.
I can't wait. I'm thrilled. Best thing ever. Thank you, Julie.
Yeah, so we got Bill Pullman, respect with the right hand because he is actually dead. I'm sorry. Oh my God, it's Bill Paxton. Oh God, I'm sorry, universe. What? Bill Paxton is in this movie, respect right hand because he's actually dead. Helen Hunt, who's not dead, is in this movie. Carrie Elways, we love to see him. No makeup here. Hopefully not. Thank God. Some other famous people, Philip Seymour Hoffman is a small character, so random. Alan Ruck, who is from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, is there too.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm gonna name, because everyone else is just around. So, yeah, I'm ready. Ready for Twisters.
Wait. Let's do it.
Let's not get in a Twister. Well, Bridge.
Yep.
I just want to say, if we were taking a medical class that we paid lots of money for, and we're really just trying to learn and be educated, and some fucking man in the front row tries to interrupt class to harass the professor about his origins and grandfather, I will yell the fuck at him, tell him to sit the hell down, and just get a Twitter account like the rest of us to go rant and rave. And It would be for me, but you as well, because we're both there to learn.
I've learned, Kate, these are not about me.
They're
not about
for
me
you
anymore.
on the inside.
But you know what, Kate? I will try to make this one about you, too.
It's a shared experience. Okay.
I will try to make this one about you, which is, as you get kicked out of the class...
That's me, yeah.
I feel like I will not only support you, but I will fight back the system. I will take that scalpel and stab people.
Jesus.
I will tell them that Katie just wants to learn and this guy needs to go. Is that help?
And then when you stab them in the leg, they can cross their leg over so nobody sees the stab.
Incredible.
And yeah, I love that. Wow. And listeners, if you also love actually learning and not having a bunch of ding-dongs ruin your class and your education because they're a white dude, don't stand for that. And if you think that, there's better places to have sex than on a cold metal table that flies in the air.
Definitely.
I think there's a cool 4-poster bed with curtains around it. So go do that.
Definitely.
And if you think that this movie is fucking awesome and it needs to be on your yearly Halloween watch list, which it does, so don't even ask yourself, just nod and say yes, you should write us a review. Mm-hmm. We love reviews. We love written reviews. You can review us on Apple Podcasts along with some other podcasting apps. We also have a website, sisterswhoseenit.com. On our website, you can request a movie. So our next movie was requested by Julie, and Julie went on the website, filled out the form, it went on a list, and I looked at the list with my eyeballs, and I picked that one. And that can be you guys. All right, so spoopy month is done. It's a sad day, but spoops can be any time your little heart desires. So get on there and do that. And Bridge, what else can they do on our website?
They could buy us money. They could give us their will. We'll take the castle.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
Romania.
I won't be a scientist, but yeah.
If they don't want to do that, they could buy merchandise that I don't feel like I've been on top of the merchandise, but there's some old OG funny things there.
There's some good stuff on there.
I'll get on top of this again.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Yes, so check all that out, listeners, and we hope to hear from you. All right, well, we'll see y'all next week for Twister. I just remember the cows.
I don't know any other quotes.
It's just the cows. We got cows.
We got cows.
Oh,
I can't wait. Hope we do it justice, Julie. Put the candle back.
Oh, see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I love you.
What hump? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Sisters Who've Seen It. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out our website at sisterswhoseenit.com, where you can email us, request movies to be reviewed, and keep up to date with all things sisters. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next week.